Hello guys, it's Galatius and Latios, and for this video, I'm going to try my best to read you the last two subway stations. So, it looks like there is no subway station 8 to read, which is pretty interesting. So, that being said, let's read it. Alright. Feeling somewhat lighthearted, I walked into the cabin. My heart seemed to be engulfed in a sweet joy. Would I be able to change the ending if I could have met him earlier? If I could enter this life at an earlier time. Ending? I couldn't help but say it out loud. Deep in my mind, I seemed to still remember how everything would proceed, but I wasn't feeling the same happiness back then. Aww.
What are you thinking about?
A lot. Turn us back, bro. Huh? Oh, nothing really. I just feel like I've forgotten something. I always forget something. My memories have been a mess ever since I boarded this train. For example, I feel like I've met you before. Cyril looked at me without saying a word. His eyes were completely calm. His lips curled slightly.
You do know me.
Yes, we do.
But you have to recall your past on your own.
Of course we do. His words were like a reminder. I felt my head heating up from overthinking.
Do you want to remember everything? Or do you prefer to give up the past and start again, right here?
We don't want to start again. Cyril seemed to be hinting something. I felt that he'd always use such implicit language, but I couldn't remember exactly when. Dada, who are you exactly?
Would it be better if I'm only an acquaintance you met on the train?
Yeah, I'll buy it. What are you saying? The human noise I've been hearing started to get louder, and I could tell some of the words. They were all voices that came from my mind. Angela, why did you just hang up on me this morning without letting me finish? I'm sorry, Miss Angela, but you have to leave. Oh, this is the first program I've seen that moved me so deeply, Angela. Miss Angela, I saw the wonderful news documentary you did on Key. Miss Angela, I know Gavin didn't want to drag you into this, but this is why I wanted to see you today. All those people in this city, as well as their bond with me, started to come back. I also started to remember that one person deep in my memories. Ooh, as the voices got louder, they eventually turned into a big explosion. I saw rays of white light descending in front of me. I then looked outside the window. The mist seemed to have fallen slightly, unveiling part of the familiar Loveland city. I never realized I had such a deep connection with the city. I spent so many years here, never stopped. Yet all the futures I tried to change had already become the past. When the doors opened again, I slowly rose to my feet. The passion in Cyril's eyes had disappeared. He also got up and bowed to me, just like our fake first encounter.
We've arrived.
Thank you. We have arrived. All right, auditorium. The university auditorium was packed with eager students in uniforms. All I heard was their excited whispering. This is their college years, huh? I felt shocked when I found myself sitting at the side of the first row, holding a beautiful flower bouquet. Let us put our hands together to welcome the new student representative, Victor, from the Faculty of Economics and Management. I heard the familiar sound of clearing throat on the stage and immediately raised my head, only to see that young and handsome face. I froze for a few seconds.
Thank you. A very good afternoon to everyone.
So they voiced this, huh? I couldn't keep my mouth closed as I saw young Victor on the stage wearing a uniform. Oh, he looks hot. He just turned 18. 18, huh? How old is he right now? 28? So 12 years ago, right? Wait, 28. I mean 10. He already looked more mature than other freshmen, but his facial expression was odd enough for a young man of his age. I couldn't hold my grin. It's Victor. It's normal. To my surprise, Victor immediately looked over. I saw his cold eyes and quickly put on a serious face. He also looked away and started his speech.
First of all, welcome to the university. Today marks a new beginning to every one of you.
Oh. Yes, his calm and steady voice already sounded like how it would sound many years ago, but there was more aggressiveness on his face. I heard curious whispers nearby. Oh wow, he really is a student representative. He's more like a senior. No, a sensei. Is that the new student who turned down overseas offer and decided to come to a university instead? I heard he said he must stay in Loveland City during the interview. I was like, what do we have here? Treasures? What? I don't know. Hearing their discussions, I started to get curious too. Indeed, I had never asked Victor why he decided to stay at Loveland City. Well, let's find out. He never told us, right? For someone with his talents, surely he could have gone to a better college or moved to a bigger city to start his business.
And I hope you all can find what you want here.
Uh-huh. As my mind wandered away, Victor had already finished his speech. I quickly put down the bouquet and started clapping with everyone else. Congrats! What are you clapping for? Go, everybody! Huh? The what was hurrying me up, so I grabbed the bouquet and stood up. Victor took a step back and looked at me. I finally realized what was going on. No wonder I was sitting here. Turned out that I was supposed to... I stumbled my way up the stage and tripped over my own feet. Just when people started to crowd in surprise, I saw two strong arms reaching out to me.
Careful.
Oh, thank you. His arms felt familiar. When I looked up, I saw his calm eyes. Here's some flowers for you.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. His voice was as flat and emotionless as 10 years later, a man of few words as always. I looked at his young face, and my emotions they hit me. I curled my lips up.
Can you stand up now?
Yes. What? Oops. No, I can't. I just realized that I was still leaning on him. I quickly got up on my feet. Sorry, I didn't mean it. Victor frowned slightly, looking at him. I felt like I had returned to LFG CEO's office. Yes, even knowing that he was only a first-year freshman, his domineering presence still got me at my wits' end. I finally managed to pull myself together when the host came to ask me to leave. Let's work hard for the next 4 years. Oh. I turned around, quickly clenched my hand, and gave him a cheer-up pose. He only gave me a blank look and pointed to his left face. I was puzzled for a while before finding a leaf on my hair. Embarrassed, I quickly removed the leaf and walked off the stage. Why did I make such a silly pose? What's he gonna think of me? For one split second, Victor had some suspicion while holding the fresh flowers on the stage.
She reminds me of her.
Uh-oh. Uh-huh. The young man mumbled to himself in the auditorium. A trivial possibility came to him along with this thought. And when the applause started again, he no longer thought about it. Never again. Ooh. Yup. It's she that we're looking for. English boys' school. I think this is Elysian, maybe? Yes. After walking up the last step, I was finally able to see the entire school from above. Classic British-style buildings were covered by Boston ivy. I could feel the rich and long history from every corner of this place. Many blonde boys... That's a weird way of describing... Many boys raced on the grass. They seemed to be playing an intensive rugby game. King Edward... What is that, the 4th? I don't know. Boys' school. I need to brush up on my Roman numerals. I looked up at the school sign and read it out.
Ma'am.
Was that Lucian?
Ma'am.
I can't hear him, but yes. A young voice came from behind. Polite but distant. I turned back. Oh, there he is. Oh, your outfit looks like a butler's outfit. Under the sun, a young boy in uniform looked at me politely. I saw solitude and distance that shouldn't be found on his age from his purple eyes. But I still found it hard to believe when someone I only saw in photos stood right in front of me. The sole Lucian. Yes. I looked up slightly at the young Lucian and curled my lips. You are Lucian, aren't you? Who are you? Lucian didn't look away. Instead, he carefully observed me with those sharp eyes. I heard a light chuckle.
You must not be a teacher.
No. Why do you say that? Because...
You were looking around just now.
Oh.
As if you're curious.
Yeah, a teacher would not do that.
Teachers wouldn't do that.
Yeah, thank you. You said it. Yeah. What if I'm a new teacher here? Oh, what if I am a new teacher here? Lucian looked at me with suspicion. He hadn't dropped his guard. Do you not trust me?
If you aren't lying, that means I still need to practice my observation skills.
Lucian shrugged and sat on the track nearby. Warm sunshine shined on him, forming a halo around him. I sat next to him naturally. He looked back at me, confused and uncomfortable. He then moved away for half a meter. Why aren't you playing with everyone else? Lysian, why aren't you playing with everyone else? Playing? Is that what you use for... I don't know. Lysian looked at those sweating boys. What? Sweating boys, but didn't reply. He just kept staring at them with desire and persistence in his eyes. I recalled something that Lysian once told me unintentionally. It finally made sense. I took a deep breath and stretched my legs. To observe, you don't always have to be an outsider. Oh, sometimes you may have unexpected findings by getting close to the objects and interacting with them. Don't you think so? I tilted my head and saw his surprised eyes. Lysian blushed. Oh, I love it when he blushes. As if he wanted to say something, but he only pressed his lips together. I looked at him somehow. I felt an urge and gently rubbed his hair.
By the way, ma'am, what do you teach?
We don't teach nothing. I couldn't find an appropriate excuse for the unexpected question, but I didn't want to lose Lysian's trust either. An idea suddenly came to me. Archery. You have archery classes, don't you? Oh.
Yeah, but that's an elective for seniors only. So I can't take it yet.
Oh, I see.
Will you still be teaching it next year?
Maybe. Lysian sounded eager. I felt I had to continue with this white lie.
I'll choose that elective next year.
Oh.
We will meet again, won't we?
Yeah. I didn't sound convincing at all, but I nodded with a fake confidence. Lysian seemed to be relaxed. His eyes were smiling. They were shining and so beautiful.
Oh, right. Ma'am, may I know your name, please?
My name, huh? I'll let you know the next time we meet. Not really. It's Angela. What? Well, I will let you know. Nighttime Street. I don't know which one is what. After the white light disappeared, I saw darkness again. I squinted my eyes and found myself standing under a tree at the roadside. The chilling night wind blew past me. This is so cold. I crossed my arms to keep warm, not knowing where to go. All of a sudden, I saw a blinding light coming from the darkness. I heard wheels squeaking. A motorbike, Sparky, quickly drove past me and stopped a few meters ahead. The humming engine sounded even louder in the empty night. I took a few steps back, trying to hide in the shadow under the tree.
Why are you here alone?
Oh, you have no idea, Gavin. You don't know. Yep. The familiar voice made me less anxious. He took off the helmet and walked to me. Dim street light illuminated his face from behind. It was nighttime, but I could see his face clear enough. It's Gavin? Is it? But a lot younger than I remembered, though. Gavin frowned and stared at me. It was the same wild and untamed man, but not the one I knew, though. Seeing no response from me, he cleared his throat awkwardly.
It's not safe at night. You should go home.
No, it's okay. I was a bit lost, then I realized he didn't recognize me. Oh, I live near Sunshine Alley. Could you please give me a ride home? Gavin hesitated for 1 second and nodded. He didn't ask more questions, but tossed the helmet on his back seat to me. I put it on and sat on the back seat carefully. His back still felt warm, slim. Maybe he only grew into a reliable and strong man after many obstacles. Yeah, I would assume so. From my memory, I had been on his bike for many times, but I had no idea what Gavin's driving skills at this age were.
Ready?
Oh boy. Before I could reply, Gavin twisted the throttle and the bike launched away. Oh my gosh. He's riding fast. My voice disappeared to the helmet's cushioning as my body was thrown out of my control. Wind blasted past the motorcycle as it suddenly accelerated again. I grabbed Gavin's coat tightly out of instinct. How could I forget? The experience was surely exciting when I rode on his bike for the first time. The black wheels raced under the moonlight. Before long, we had arrived outside my apartment. I got off the back seat, still shocked. I passed the helmet back to Gavin. Thank you. I'm alive. Thank you, Gavin. I am here. Oh my goodness. My hair was flying everywhere from the wild ride when Gavin saw me. He was slightly shocked.
Are you?
Uh-oh. Suddenly realized something. My hands froze in the air. I started to think of the explanation, but Gavin smiled. as he found himself ridiculous. So if he found himself ridiculous, what's wrong?
Nothing. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. Relieved, I was about to turn back and leave, but Gavin called me again.
Wait. Can I ask...
Oh, Gavin scratched the back of his neck and took a deep breath, as if he made an important decision.
If I'm about to write to a girl, what should I write?
Oh, is he asking for us? When he said it, Gavin no longer felt cold and aggressive, but his voice began to soften like icicles in the warm spring breeze.
I'm just asking. You don't have to answer me.
What would you write? Like, how are you doing? I don't know. I smile. Anything, as long as you put your heart into it. I'm sure she'll be able to see it. Aw. That's so cute. And then... Keto. New York Underground Studios. Right? New York? Right? I heard... Oh, let's see. Ooh. I heard rhythmic melodies from the next door, but the practice room in front of me was completely silent. I carefully pushed the door open and peeked inside. Anybody here? I suddenly heard someone typing fast on the keyboard in the corner. Let's see. Alright. I tried to take a sneak peek, with half of the lights switched off. The room was a bit dim, making the computer screen even brighter. Kiro. His blonde hair was eye-catching as ever, but there was absolutely, no smile on his stunningly handsome face. Kiro's blue eyes were focused on the screen. He was typing so fast that he completely didn't notice me at all. Is he writing a song, or... I looked at Kiro and suddenly realized that he could have already become key student by now. Oh, did he? Would I be interrupting his practice? He looks interesting in these clothes. I took a step back, but Kiro seemed to be alerted by my sound. He raised his head.
Who are you?
I quickly made up an excuse. I was looking for someone. Ooh, Kiro blinked a few times and figured it out. He put the laptop outside, got on his feet, and walked to me.
Who are you looking for? I know all the band members in this building. I can take you there.
We're looking for you. He gave me a brilliant smile on the dim classroom. I couldn't be more familiar with that smile. He was always smiling in the concerts, reality shows, ads, or in every moment that he spent with me. Aww, like a little sun that kept giving energy to everyone around. I also smiled and waved to him. Don't worry, the person I'm after is already gone. Sorry to distract your Oh, I almost said Akibra. What did you say? Happy days. Yes. I quickly changed the topic. Speaking of which, you look so cool, like those awesome hackers in the movies. Kiro paused a second and burst into laughter.
I'm not that good, but at least I have the pose down.
Pose?
And you're right. Congratulations. I am indeed learning to become a hacker.
Oh.
But I only just started, so I'm definitely not as good as you think.
Yeah. But I have faith in you. You will make a great hacker in the future.
Do you really think hackers are cool?
Yeah? Yeah, like the dark heroes who fight for justice without being recognized. We're in the dark, yes.
Dark heroes, huh? We shall stand in darkness as we defend the light.
That's right, yes. Kiro mumbled to himself, but I saw determination in those blue, beautiful eyes of his.
Thank you. I will be a great hacker. Like a superhero.
I nodded
Oh,
empathetically.
right. Do you want to come listen to our band rehearse later? It's unofficial.
Okay, yeah. He blinked to me playfully. I couldn't help but start to smile, too. Of course. Yeah, I'd go. I glanced at his laptop again when walking together to the rehearsal classroom. I might have witnessed a different side of him. But whenever he was smiling, silent, a star, or a hacker, to me, he was always Kiro, the unique one and only Kiro. Aw, that was so cute. So next video is going to have 7, which has no voice whatsoever. And you're about to find out why. So I'll see you in the next video.